So I just saw this tweet. LDL is going to bring the Fearless mode into best of threes. Fearless mode is basically, let's say, so Wukong was meta for a while, first pick. Let's say first pick Wukong. Now, Mad, this team, Mad Lions from LEC, they cannot pick Wukong now in game 2 and game 3. So let's say now they change sides for next game. XL, let's say they first pick Wukong. Now, neither team can do Wukong. This is super interesting because this changes a lot of the fundamentals of drafting. This changes a lot about how you would do trades. Like sometimes you do trades of OP champions. The trading system in drafting will be different because the team you're trading against can't actually pick certain champions. Certain bot lane duos might be spread apart from each other. Like certain champions, like for example, like let's say before, right? A Mumu support was really good. A Mumu support was also good with Misfortune, it's good with Kalista, it's good with Seraphine. So if a Mumu, let's say, got picked with Seraphine one game, now the other champions loses that duo as well. So those things gets really, really interesting. Another thing to keep in mind is as you go later on in the draft, let's say one team is getting like, quite outdrafted. So like let's say something like this, right? Like heavy melee, no real threatening engage. Their mid laner is not really gonna pick real engage. So maybe they pick engage on top, right? But if you maybe ban stuff like Ornn, maybe you don't care as much, right? And let's say you do like Ezreal, and let's say you have Gangplank because you see that, okay, they're going Senna. Usually Senna combos are bad versus GP, so you go GP. And then now you can do Rakan, you can do Karma, you can do Yuumi, whatever. Assuming, let's say there's no bans, you go Yuumi. On free, you can also go Trundle. Trundle is of course really good. But here's the thing, right? Of course Trundle is good here. But if you know enemy team likes to play, let's say, tank tops, they like to play melee support, melee jungler, stuff like this. You can now say, okay, we're winning draft really hard right now. Let's keep Trundle open so that we can maybe pick it in game 2 or 3. Because it's a very specific champion. Trundle is not similar to other champions because he's basically making tanks squishier and he wins 1v1s. Udyr can also win 1v1s, but he doesn't gank as often and as well. And he doesn't actually like kill tanks. So Trundle is a very specific champion that you might not want to pick now because then you don't have it for game 2 and game 3. This is super interesting and this will change how you do your draft matings, your draft preparation, how you scout teams. Just everything about preparation, and it makes it more interesting to work within the scene and doing drafts, but it also makes it more interesting to watch. So I think every scene should have this. And it makes it more interesting how you do your first free bans as well. Because maybe you actually want enemy to pick a certain champion in that specific game. Because if they do pick it in that game, it's not going to be available in a game where it might be even better for them. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this topic. I think it's a good change, just really wish we have it everywhere. As long as teams actually apply it properly, I think it'll be crazy the way drafting will be.